Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alison, the unknown piano and the unknown violin tutor. So I decided to buy the cheapest violin on Amazon just purely because I just really wanted to see what it was like, what the difference is. I've done a lot of reviews of different violins on my channel and I like to kind of review everything, and I know that there is a huge majority of you out there that want to play the violin and want to start playing the violin. Probably the reason why you're watching this video because you're just intrigued by the title and you want to see what the outcome is. But also because I understand from a professional point of view that not everybody wants to go out and spend $500, $600, $700, $800 on a violin, or £500, whatever, on a violin, because it's a lot of money, and it's a lot of money to spend on an instrument that you might not even be playing in a week's time from now. So maybe you just want to spend sort of $30 just to dip your toe in the water, just to see what it's like. However, the old adage goes, you get what you pay for, buy cheap, buy twice, that kind of thing. So today I just want to test out the cheapest violin on Amazon and try and keep an open mind and really just see what the cheapest violin on Amazon is really going to sound like, and give you an honest opinion, but try and give you an open-minded honest opinion and not an honest opinion from a professional playing very, very, very expensive violins to then a $30 violin. Let's jump right into it. So if you want to know what it's like buying the cheapest violin off Amazon, then let's get going. Okay, so here we are in our search on Amazon to find the cheapest violin that we can find. Okay, let's have a look. Right, violins, let's go there and let's search from low to high and see what we've got there. Okay, that's no good because that's a toy one. That's going to be a mini. That is just the violin only, which is a shame because that would have been quite good for $23.99. Ooh, and it's metallic red as well. Okay, right, what we've got here, we've got these two. So I probably really think there's going to be any difference between those two, so let's just go for the first one we've got, which is this one. Whatever, full size natural acoustic violin fiddle with case, bow and rosin. So it's got everything you need. Let's just have a quick look at the pictures. Oh, that doesn't look good, does it? Look at that. They haven't even sold it very well by taking a picture of dodgy strings on a violin. So we'll see if that turns up like that. It just looks like we've got a nice little pencil number written here on the side of the fingerboard. So add to basket, and I think I'm going to go ahead and get this one, and can't wait to receive it. Okay, so roll on, I think, about 2 weeks, and we have the violin from Amazon here. So this just arrived yesterday morning and I haven't unpacked it yet. It looks to me like it's come from China, but I knew that anyway because that's how long it was going to take on the shipping. And it's literally just come like this. I had the postman deliver it to me this morning, and if you can hear that, it sounds a bit shaky inside, but we'll see what's going on in there. So let's get the package open. Okay, so this is the violin case. It looks pretty bog standard actually. You've got a little compartment at the top here, or on the top of the case, where you can, is there a zip there? Why can't I see a zip? There must be a zip. Where's that? Oh, there is a zip tucked away at the top there. So I don't know what you really put in these things, because you can't put sheet music in them, and if you put a book in there you're just going to crush the book. So I don't really know what those things are. Maybe to I don't know, whatever you want to pop in there is my guess. So then it comes with some straps on the back that you can use kind of a la rucksack style. And right, let's have a look inside. Oh my word. Okay. So this is what you get when you open up the case. So there's no bridge on here. Okay, so we'll have to put the bridge up. We'll sort out the bow in just a second. So I assume that was probably what all the rattling around was for here. What have we got in the case at the end there, which I think you can just about see. So you have a little block of rosin in the back of the, well, in the pocket of the case. So that looks fine. The rosin is probably trash, so whatever, we'll sort that out later, but still you get rosin. And the bridge, where's the bridge? Why is there no bridge in here? Right, so, the bridge. Okay, I was just being a bit dim. The bridge is here, tucked under there, so. Okay, the bridge looks horrendous, but it will still work, so we'll see. It would have been really nice if they'd had the bridge already put in and they'd just maybe secured it a little bit differently, but they haven't. So, okay, so that's what it all comes with. Right, let's put it all together. Okay, well, I'm generally not sure what I think of the bridge. I mean, to me, the bridge looks absolutely horrendous. It looks really thick. I really don't know what kind of sound this is going to create. The bridge actually scares me, I will admit. So if you're a beginner, you're just not really going to know, are you? So I guess we're just going to have to put the bridge together and play it and just see. It doesn't even fit. The feet don't even fit. Oh, what is this? Okay, I'm going to put the bridge up and I'm going to tune it up. I'm going to fast forward through this because I suspect this is probably going to take quite some time. Let's put the bridge on, get it tuned up and see what happens. Okay, I'll be honest with you, that took so long. I don't even know how long it took because I've fast forwarded it. In all honesty, I can see why people break strings. I can see why people don't tune their violin, and this was an absolute, this is probably one of the worst violins I have ever tuned. It was only $30 and I get that, you really do get what you pay for, but the trouble is when you buy a $30 violin is that if you can't even tune the damn thing, you're not even going to be able to play it, and then when you are playing it, everything's going out of tune so quickly. We'll see how long that holds a string. I had to use the fine tuners in the end because every time I was tuning the pegs, everything, it was just knocking all the other pegs out of tune and I was just going round and round and round. I don't know what brand the strings are, but they're obviously just cheap factory ones. But the tuning of this took a lot longer than it should have done, a lot longer than, say, a student quality violin that has been set up properly. But you know, there's still time for this to redeem itself. So what I'm going to do now is move on to rosining the bow. Now this is the other major issue that I know a lot of you often say, where you can't get any sound from your bow. And the reason why you can't get any sound from the bow is because you need to apply rosin. The number one tip with these is that these are probably just made out of I want to say probably something like Brazil wood bow, which is just a mishmash of kind of South American wood bows. But I mean, I don't even know if it's, I wouldn't even say it's probably made out of Brazil wood. I have no idea what kind of wood it's made out of. But it looks very thick and heavily coated with varnish, and the hair will definitely be very, very cheap synthetic. Now the problem with these is that they take forever to rosin. Okay, so let's just get some of this. There's a lot of rosin fallout on here. Sticky. Okay, so let's see how this sounds with that much rosin I put on the bow. Okay, there's a lot of rosin fallout, but that's probably just due to the fact that the rosin is really, really cheap. I'm going to use a D'Addario micro tuner on here. This is one of the best tuners I've ever had for violin. I want to tune it up properly because I want to give this a proper test, so let's give it a proper tune. Okay, so this is about as tuned up as it's going to be. The feel of it on my neck is okay. It's not quite comfortable for me. I prefer a slightly thinner chin rest, but I think for the average person not playing before, I think that this will be absolutely fine. I don't know how much of this sound is coming out on camera, but this is incredibly nasally. It sounds so similar to a violin actually having one of those big mutes you've got on there where it really does mute the sound and dampens it a lot. Only you're getting that kind of horrible, nasy, muted sound without the sound even actually being dampened, which would probably be a plus in this case, but it isn't. There's a lot of rosin fallout. The bridge is the biggest bridge I think I've ever seen. And it's really struggling to hold a tune. There's a lot of rosin fallout on this. I don't know if you can see. You probably can see on this. It's not that I've over rosined the bow. I've probably under rosined the bow, in fact. But just because this rosin is just so dusty, it's just making everything sound horrendous. So I'm just going to wrap up this this video on trying the cheapest violin on Amazon. It kind of does what it says on the tin, really. In conclusion, would I recommend this? Yes and no. Yes, because it's $30 and it really isn't as horrendous as you might think it is. It does play, it does play. It does make a sound. It really doesn't make the prettiest sound or the nicest sound at all. The bridge is just absolutely horrendous. I don't know if you could tell when I was playing there, I couldn't isolate the D string at all. So I guess you could learn the violin and just play 3 strings and just miss out the D string if you really wanted to. But the tuning on this is absolutely horrendous, so good luck to anybody who wants to tune this. Even I was struggling with this. I still can't get it into tune. The pegs scare me quite a lot. I think for a beginner, the chance you've probably got an 80% chance of breaking a string on here straight away, just because you're inexperienced of being able to tune the violin. I think if you just wanted to spend $30 and just dip your toe in the water and just test things out, then yeah, I think this violin might just about be good enough for that. But I would want to be throwing this away after about a week to 2 weeks and getting something a lot better. The trouble is with buying something so cheap is that it's just going to hinder you. So then you get into a horrible catch-22 situation where You're not really learning very well, everything's scratchy, you can't isolate any of the strings, it doesn't sound very nice, nothing sounds very pleasant, the whole experience just isn't very pleasant overall. So then you don't really practice so much, and because everything is so unpleasant and the tools are physically working against you, you're not progressing anywhere. Because you're not progressing it, you're not enjoying it. So you kind of get yourself into that vicious sort of cycle. So I would recommend personally that you save your $30 and you just put that towards a better violin, because you're probably going to want to throw this away and maybe burn it in the fire this winter. Basically that's all it's good for. But I guess if you want to try this out, it kind of works, but only 3 of the 4 strings work, and good luck to anybody tuning the violin. So thank you very much for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.